Ever since Prometheus decided to do a little trolling, we have been slowly reforming our atmosphere to resemble the Cambrian in a futile attempt to return to monkey. This has had the unintended consequence, depending on who you ask, of making life on Earth look more like hell on Earth, and the conservative Neanderthals who lack object permanence are now making it even more our problem. Climate change has been the divisive topic that's scared the world since about the 1990s or whenever Al Gore was running for president. Nowadays, it's become ever more present and noticeable, though in a paradoxical twist of nuts, it has actually led to increased climate denialism on the interwebs, kids. So today I'm here to give you the definitive summary on climate change and why you probably shouldn't buy that Tesla Model S to save the trees. Climate change, or as it used to be known, global warming, is the simple term that explains the current phenomenon in our atmosphere where, due to increased concentrations of greenhouse gases, not just carbon dioxide, our planet's average temperature is quickly starting to rise. This has led to, thus, more drastic and at times violent shifts in weather, pushing the environmental extremes further apart. The deserts are getting drier, the tundras are getting colder, the polar ice caps are melting, and God is finally giving India a shower with the pressure of the fucking water there. We know that our atmosphere is getting nuked with greenhouse gases because, due to core samples from Antarctica, we've been able to track the CO2 in the air trapped underneath the ice. What you really need to know is the amount used to be this for a long ass time, and now we're here, all in a day's work. Pair this with the fact that we're actually at the end of an interglacial maximum and should be seeing global temperatures dropping, and you get a pretty obvious sign that something's probably not that right. However, since the atmosphere used to have way more CO2, some people are arguing that this is perfectly normal because the Triassic was actually the period with all the coal fucking power plants. What I'm trying to say is that due to human interference, the climate is being altered, which is wreaking havoc on our local weather today. And in 50 years' time, a Pacific Islander can expect to have a weather forecast that looks like a meteorological bingo card more so than a news report. But I bet you're wondering how this all works. After all, global warming is meant to make the seas boil and the earth crackle up like a eczema-prone kid on a beach trip, zero sunscreen, fissures ripping across. Well, unfortunately, science isn't as simple as Snowpiercer, and the reason global warming is going to make it snow in Thailand is actually because of the water cycle. See, a warmer Earth means more evaporation, which in turn means more raining, which leads to more erosion. The more it's hot, the more it pours, and the more dirt gets washed away, which makes it harder for trees to grow. This reduces the total amount of CO2 that's getting trapped from our air into the trees, which leads to more global warming, which finally links back to more evaporation. This is all accelerated by deforestation and not switching to nuclear, which has the impact of scaling the cycle way up. On top of that, the increased erosion leads to more ocean salinity and acidity, which further impacts marine life, which further impacts our life, which impacts SpongeBob. So, the fuck can we do about it? Well, the first step is understanding the issue. Reading the question in the exam, so to speak. Climate change is a deeply complicated issue that we can't just solve by slapping e-fuel stops along the highway. It's rather a multi-step, asymmetric, unilaterally problem with multiple routes making an irony tree that's falling right on our heads. This is to say, the biggest contributors to this global emission crisis is not actually your all-American diesel engine Ford child mulcher TM. Looking at this chart provided by this boring-looking website, we can see in reality, all transportation only makes 16% of global annual emissions, cars alone only making up 12%, so really, the combustion engine isn't at fault here. The real major contributors are actually the producers of resources and electricity, making it really ironic that BP's been the ones to make those kinds of fucking ads, you know? Makes you think. Mining, electricity, agriculture, natural resource production are the real major powers at play here, rather than you specifically with your evil car and your evil air conditioner and your evil gas stove. This is the capital T truth, and the only solution for your individual cardinal sin against the planet is to buy this specific fucking hybrid Corolla. Yes! Ignore the privatized industries while we plunder your land for money. No, the real ones at fault is you. Fucking you. Now be a good contributor to your society and buy this product, which in its assembly line alone will produce more carbon emissions than any car would throughout its lifetime. Source this. Buy. Consume. Fall face first into the media cesspool of advertising such that your sins are washed away in product placement. Yes. The main takeaway from this is very simple. Don't sweat about the death of the combustion engine. It's actually doing fuck all. And if you really want to make a change, you should convince the people around you to kill the 1%ers.
Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll